All right, let's jump right in. Because there is a huge, expensive, and honestly a mission-critical fight happening inside life science and tech companies right now. It's a battle over data platforms, GXP compliance, and a really simple question. Who's actually responsible for this stuff?
This isn't just some technical disagreement between teams. At its heart, this is a clash between two totally different philosophies for handling compliance in the cloud. And let me tell you, getting this wrong isn't just inefficient, it can put your entire company at serious risk.
So you've got two camps in this fight. On one side, you have the platform team. Their argument is basically, look, we just provide the pipes, the basic utility. If you're building a GXP app, it's on you. You're 100% responsible for validating every single thing from the ground up. But then on the other side, you have the application and quality teams firing right back, saying, whoa, hold on, that's an impossible position. We can't validate the core infrastructure. You, the platform team, have to qualify the foundation so we can actually build on top of it. And that right there is the core of the fight.
Now, I want to be really clear. This is not a debate with two equally valid sides. The platform as utility or app-only model is, frankly, a failing strategy. It's not just a bad idea. So let's just walk through the 5 factual rebuttals that completely prove it.
Okay, fact number 1. The first argument against forcing every single app team to validate the platform is the one everybody understands right away. It's about money. A whole lot of it.
I mean, just think about how wasteful this is. If your central platform isn't qualified, every GXP project has to do it themselves. So if you have 10 GXP projects, your company is literally paying to validate the exact same controls. We're talking user access, logging, encryption, 10 different times. It's a massive, gross duplication of effort that just flies in the face of modern guidance like the FDA's own CSA principles. It's just burning money.
Okay, so it's crazy expensive. But the problems run so much deeper than just the budget. Let's get to the second fact, which is all about risk and, well, consistency, or lack thereof.
And this right here, this is an auditor's dream. When 10 different teams validate the same control, you don't get consistency. You get 10 different interpretations, 10 different test scripts, 10 different piles of evidence. This creates a patchwork compliance posture that is a massive red flag for any auditor. They will find the discrepancies, and that leads directly to major audit findings. You're not reducing risk, you're actually multiplying it with every new project. So the app-only model is expensive, it's risky, but this third point is maybe the most damning, because it reveals that the entire premise is just fundamentally broken. So here's the kicker. The platform team is asking the application teams to do something they literally cannot do. Application developers don't have, and they absolutely should not have, the admin permissions to go in and validate root-level security policies or network firewall rules. It's a total paradox. The only team with the power to qualify the platform is refusing to do it while demanding it from teams who are locked out. It makes no sense. All right, let's move on to rebuttal number 4. This isn't just some internal squabble. The entire industry already has a very clear point of view on this.
And here it is, straight from the horse's mouth. This is from GAMP 5, which is pretty much the gold standard for validation in life sciences. The model is explicit. The provider, in this case your internal platform team, is responsible for qualifying their service. The user, that's the application team, then leverages that qualification. It's that simple. The whole platform as utility argument runs completely counter to decades of established industry best practice.
Okay. This brings us to the final and most important fact, because this isn't just about inefficiency or risk or even what the industry thinks. This is about the law. Let's be perfectly clear on this. The app-only validation model is simply not compliant. Full stop. It fails to meet the legal requirements set out by foundational GXP regulations in both the US and Europe. And to really get why, we need to talk about a core principle of data integrity. And that principle is ALCOA Plus. It's a little acronym that regulators absolutely live by. It means GXP data must be attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. Now, I want you to pay really close attention to that O and that A, original and accurate, because this is where the app-only model completely falls apart. Why? Because as it says right here in 21 CFR Part 11, the system has to have the ability to spot invalid or altered records. An application like a dashboard or report cannot possibly guarantee this on its own. How does that report know that the data it's pulling from the data lake is the original untampered with data? Well, it can't, not unless the platform itself is qualified to guarantee that integrity. Without a qualified platform, you can't prove the O or the A in Alcoa Plus. Game over. Okay, so we have systematically dismantled the app-only model. The debate is over. The only scalable, efficient, and most importantly, compliant solution is a shared responsibility model. So what does that actually look like in practice?
It's a beautiful, simple concept. Qualify once, leverage many. Here's how it works. Step 1. The platform team does its job. It formally qualifies the foundation. That's the IQ/OQ. Step 2. They package all that hard work up into a formal qualification package and provide it to all their users. And then step 3, the application teams can now leverage that solid, trusted foundation to do a much faster, much more focused validation of their specific business purpose, the PQ.
And the best part is, this model isn't just a theory. It works perfectly with the two major data platform architectures that we're seeing everywhere in the industry today. So you've got the all-in-one lakehouse approach on the left, things like Databricks trying to unify everything. And on the right, you've got the best-of-breed stack, where you build your platform with specialized tools like Snowflake, Tableau, and Posit. The key takeaway here? It doesn't matter which architecture you choose. The shared responsibility model is the correct governance framework for both of them. And this is what that practical contract looks like. It's a super clear division of labor. The central platform team owns the qualification of the foundation and the secure connections to the tools. Then the domain or business team owns that final validation step for their specific report or data product, their intended use. Everybody has a clear role, and all those dangerous compliance gaps are finally closed. No more finger pointing. So, after walking through the arguments, the regulations, and the real-world solutions, where do we land? What's the final verdict in this great GXP debate? Well, the conclusion is pretty unavoidable. Shared responsibility isn't just a preference, it's a business and compliance necessity. It's the only model that saves money, prevents endless redundant work, and actually lowers your audit risk. The truth is, this debate was never really about opinion. When you look at the operational, financial, and regulatory facts, there's only one right answer. And that leaves us with one final question for you to take back to your own organization. Is your data platform being treated like a solid, qualified foundation that actually accelerates your business? Or is it an ungoverned utility that's just a ticking time bomb, a source of future audit findings waiting to happen? The choice you make has some very serious consequences.